Hey, Nick.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
I'm getting ready to light up a Bishop.
I just had myself a gator.
Are you guys tired of hearing us say this?
We're sick and tired of playing this.
We are. And why don't we record it? We just keep doing it live every time.
I don't know. You guys just need to go over to martinezcigars.com and pick up some Bishops and Gators.
Yeah.
Make us happy.
Yeah.
We'll stop playing this if you guys just buy our cigars.
Tell you what, we'll make you a deal.
What's that?
If they go and buy the Bishop and Gator, we're going to do this podcast for free for them.
There we go. Go buy Bishops and Gators.
Hey guys, this is Justo Aroa, and then we're at the Cigar Pulpit. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Bird, Nick, and with me, as always,
It's Gator.
And today, guys, we have a very special announcement.
The specialist of announcements.
We're humbled and honored that we have welcomed a new and special sponsor to the show.
Yes.
So, coming to you now from the Aladino Mobile Studios, we have the owner of JRE Tobacco, Justo Aroa, on the line. And we are thanking Justo Aroa and JRE Tobacco for sponsoring the studio. How are you, Justo?
Hey, everybody, and thank you so much to you, Gator, and Nick, for having us on. It's a real privilege to be on with you guys. You guys are true cigar aficionados, and I really appreciate that. And I think it's also being great to be together. Thank you so much.
No, the privilege is all ours, seriously, because we want to thank you for taking a shot and helping to support the show. You know, we're unlike other shows, you know, we don't ask for Patreon members and things like that. And no disrespect to those that do, but it's one of those things that
It's not our thing.
It's not our thing. And so, you know, but we really want to thank you for helping to support us, because, I mean, it does take some effort to get these shows out every week. And, you know, the people appreciate it.
And I couldn't be more excited because you guys make some of our favorite cigars.
Yes, definitely.
Well, you know what happens? It's kind of what happened to me, you know, when I started, you know, the first guy that gave me ever an interview was the Cigar Coop, and I've always been with him, and he always helped me out. And you know, once people start, you always remember where you come from. And you guys are also starting out, and you know, I'm also, you know, probably bring new company with the new cigar lines, and you know, we got to support each other, and you guys are always supporting just for the passion of smoking cigars. So, you know, everything we could do, a little bit of help here and there to other guys, especially, you know, everybody that's in the cigar business, I think it's a good thing. It's a win-win.
Well, I appreciate it. And as Jeff pointed out, we are big fans of your cigars. And today we're going to be smoking a couple of your cigars.
It's Smoker's Choice today.
We decided to do Smoker's Choice on this one. So I have got the Aladino Corojo Reserva.
And I've got the Aladino Cameroon that I absolutely love. All you got to do is go back and listen to previous episodes to hear all about that.
Well, you know, you got two great cigars there. You know, we're super proud of the Aladino Cameroon. You know, we're growing our own Cameroon now, and it's been a phenomenal hit. It's a medium-bodied cigar, and then Nick is going all the way with a bolder, more fuller cigar, which is probably one of the crowd favorites today. You know, the Reserva is all higher primings of all Corojo, so it's one of our flagships. And you know, I appreciate you both for, you know, smoking the Aladino cigars today.
Yeah, and so now, aside from the Aladino line, so under Aladino you have a Connecticut, you have the Cameroon, and then what else do you have under the Aladino line?
Well, we have the Reserva, we have the Connecticut, and the Maduro San Andres, which is 4 sizes. 3 are box press, a Robusto, the Cazador, and the Toro. And we have an Elegante, which is a Lancero. We have 2 Lanceros, which is a regular Corojo, and this Maduro, which are all very good. So we have everything for somebody. Everyone wants to smoke, whether a Connecticut or a Corojo or that. And we also have the vintage, which is a Rothschild vintage, which comes on a $50 count, which is a really, really great smoke, especially now for winter.
That vintage is a great smoke. I really like it. Now, let me ask you real quick, of those different sizes that you have, what is the best seller?
You know, it tends to be kind of an industry trend, because basically the Robustos and Toros are doing basically the major volume in the industry. There are some Gordos, but also our Lanceros do extremely well in our Coronas. Our Coronas and Lanceros are way up there. So, we have a wide spectrum of SKUs that do extremely well.
I'll tell you what cigar I really like that you guys come out with, I guess, in a limited fashion, is the number 4.
Well, the number 4 is very special. During the whole year, one of the things that we try to do is save the smaller leaf wrapper that could fit perfectly in a Corona, so we don't waste, the making a Corona out of a Robusto or a Toro leaf. And so we save those up a year. So basically, the amount of cigars that we make, we set aside that leaf to come out once a year with it. And so far, it's been a great success. The cigar has around 800 boxes to 900 boxes sometime in October or November. We come out with it, and it's just a 1-year release, and we've done it twice already, and it's been a great success.
It's got such great flavor. It just distills down the flavor of the Corojo Reserva down in such a great little cigar, and it just makes it wonderful.
Well, I appreciate that, and really thank you guys again for bringing us on, and really appreciate everything you guys are doing for the industry. You guys are true promoters or brothers of the leaf, and promoting onto cigars. We got so many things that are stacked up against us. You guys make the difference of bringing passion and love to the cigar industry.
Well, we really want to thank you for taking a minute of time out of your day. I know you're really busy over there, and but seriously, Justo, thank you so much for supporting us.
Justo, the only thing I have to add is we have to work a trip in to come down and visit the farm.
That you got it in. I don't know how this year is going to work out, because I thought it was going to be a little bit more at ease, but now is traveling in and out is requires all the testing and everything, so we'll see how it happens. So hopefully if we're able to do it this year, I don't want to call it a stretch, but you guys are always welcome. My house, my home is your home, so we'll love to have you there.
You might not want to say that. Nick will just move in.
No, well, it's actually we're going to be guests over at my dad's house. So even though I might be able to bring you in for a couple of days, he kicks us out after 3.
Smart man.
Fantastic. Well, Justo, thank you so much for taking time, and thank you so much for sponsoring the show. We really,
Absolutely.
really
it's
appreciate
a true pleasure, and it's great supporting you guys. Have a beautiful day and the rest of the week. Thank you, guys.
Stay smoky, man.
Thank you.
That was awesome. I'm so happy he came on with us.
Me too.
The sponsorship means more to us than I'm sure that he realizes.
Oh, totally.
Guys, I've got to tell you, if you're going out and you're picking out some cigars this week at your local brick and mortar,
Yes.
go do that. Look up these Aladinos. You're going to thank us.
Yeah, honestly, he approached me about this after the whole battle of the budgets, and everything, and asked, what it would take to sponsor us. And I mean, I was blown away, just absolutely blown away. And so thankful.
This is the first manufacturer to come on board with us.
Yes. Yep. I mean, Martinez has done a lot with us.
Well, absolutely. They've partnered up with us on our cigars.
We've got them on the cigars and everything like that. But no, I mean, in terms of like advertisers on the show, supporters of the show, we've got 2 brick and mortars and now JRE Tobacco, home of Aladino.
Yeah.
And let's be real, you and I rave about the Aladino cigars.
Oh, all you got to do is go back and listen.
And
that wasn't on purpose to try to get the sponsorship.
No.
We really genuinely love these cigars.
And as we're getting ready to cut and light our cigars, I think it's important to extend some thanks to our man Dan over at Riverman Cigar Company.
Absolutely.
Because Dan Ponder over at Riverman, he introduced us to Aladino.
Yeah.
And to Justo.
Yeah.
He helped set up that first interview that we had with Justo way back when, a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Right around about a year ago. And
it has been that long.
It's been, it's probably been a little over a year ago that
Dan is connected to so many people in this industry.
Yeah.
That you would never think.
Yeah.
But like he's tight with people.
And the thing is, he's a super loyal guy. And he jumped on JRE and Aladino early. I mean, he was Dan has told me flat out that for the longest time he was, the only shop in like 250 miles around that had the Aladino cigars.
Well, and
I think it's great that not only Dan has the full line and everything, but I also think it's great for Aladino and for JRE that they've expanded their footprint a little bit and gotten into some
and I
other
think
shops.
because of Dan and getting them tied in with us, I think there are shops that they're in now that they may not have been.
Well, I mean,
the smoke pit.
I was just about to say, not to pat my back and take credit where maybe it's not due, but let's be real. We introduced Aladino to Broccoli Rob.
We did.
Who is the general manager over at the smoke pit in
who became a
Indiana.
Giant fan.
And now they carry Aladino and everything. Yep. So, it's one of those things. I don't want to take credit because I'm a fairly humble guy, but I'll take credit.
Well, but it's not even necessarily taking credit, but it's amazing in this industry. And we need to cut. We need to go ahead and do the cut and get lit up here because we're like 15 minutes in now and haven't started smoking.
It's true.
But I do want to say this. That's where this industry is different than so many. And, I'm not saying that you don't have relationships in other industries, but this is one of those industries where it seems like everybody is rowing in the same direction and working for the common good.
Definitely.
And I like that.
Definitely. Well, regarding our man Dan over at Riverman, guys, he's got a full selection of all the JRE and Aladino cigars. One of the, and I'm going to admit it, I tend to stick to the Corojo, not just the regular Corojo, but also the Corojo Reserva.
Which is the one you're smoking tonight.
Which is the one I'm smoking tonight. And then I also really, really like the Cameron. I'll admit, the one I'm looking forward to trying that I have not tried is the Connecticut.
Yeah,
I have not tried the. You have to.
Not that. No, I have not.
Really?
Yes. When he said that earlier in the interview, I kind of went, Connecticut? I perked up.
Well, Dan has them.
I got to get some.
I was going to say, I'm kind of surprised you haven't.
Now, you've tried the vintage, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's
I like it, too.
And Dan, I know he had those. I don't know if he currently does or not.
I'll tell you, when I was over there last time, I thought he was out, but I could. He may have got an order by now.
I don't know. Yep. But I do know
they go quick.
I do know he got the number 4s when those came out and everything. And
I have also not tried that. You talked about that earlier. I have not tried that cigar.
Really? Yep. I mean, it's just another size of the Corojo Reserve. It's a little Corona size.
Well, and I hate to say it.
What's so great is that it just packs that flavor in there.
When I was in this last go around, I bought a bunch of the Tata stands.
Yeah.
Because, I embrace those folks.
Oh, God.
Well, they're warrior people. and they did win our competition.
They did.
But in addition, I picked up these Cameroons, and I've got several of those. And I may have just been blinded by that and not moved on to anything else. But
very possible.
You're right. He's got a full selection on the wall there, and it's inside the humidor, and it's outstanding.
Definitely. And I know Dan does have some limited capacity within the lounge again. St. Louis County has released. It's
going to be so nice to get back to normal.
Relax the rules a little bit. So I know when I've been over there's been maybe 1 or 2 people chilling in the lounge having a cigar. So I know capacity is still kind of limited and, everything, but I know that you can sit and chill in and have a cigar with Dan and Cindy. And, the other thing that's important to note, if you're not in the St. Louis area, you can always give Dan the Man a call, and he will put together a nice box and ship out cigars to you wherever you're at. Yep. So if you are near maybe a brick and mortar that doesn't carry Aladino, and you want to support a brick and mortar, you can give Dan a call, and he can get some Aladino shipped over to you. Or maybe you're in an area that you don't have a brick and mortar, but you want to support a brick and mortar. Hey, give Dan a call. He can get you whatever you need. And he likes putting little goodies in the box and everything. I mean, he takes care of his people.
It's time to cut.
It is time to cut.
And it's brought to us by Riverman Cigar Company.
Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. And with that, it's time that we go ahead and cut our
I got to get my
cigars.
smoke on.
So, I'm going to get mine going here. Jeff is patiently waiting for my cutter because, heaven forbid, he actually have one of his own.
Now, you got to admit, though, when we hung out on Saturday, the X was with us.
I
had my kit with me. And
I had the board and the microphones in the car, but, you kind of...
Well, we are planning to
dismissed that thought
Ask the X for our Valentine's episode, which technically I think would come out on the 12th or 13th, but...
Yeah.
That's coming up quick. We're going to have to do that this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to have to coordinate. I mean, she's got time.
We'll make it work. She's all in.
Okay.
She gets to come on and rip on me for an hour and a half. She'll be all in.
There's some truth to that. So,
yeah, we just have to record sometime between now and next Thursday.
Okay. Well, news to me, but hey, I'm good with that.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to come out of this unscathed, but it's going to be fun.
Well, guys, get your last-minute Ask the X questions in by calling the Ask the Boys hotline at area code 863-874-0000. Please don't ask about bideting. We have questions about that already.
Oh,
but,
God.
There's got to be other questions you can ask Jeff's
like a clean
ex-wife
butt.
about him.
Why is that wrong?
I'm just saying we've covered the bidet aspect completely. We don't need questions about that. Let's stick to some other topics.
People that are,
By the way,
people down at JRE are looking like, what?
No bidet.
Sponsor?
No, yeah, I know, right? No bidets and no sex questions. Let's not get into the sexual.
Yeah, let's not make it weird.
Let's not get into sexual details between Jeff and his ex-wife because that's awkward for me. So, anyway.
Oh, trust me, it wouldn't be awkward for the rest of us when those questions pop up.
It'd be awkward for everybody involved.
Yes, let's avoid that.
And you normally thrive on awkward. But
Yeah,
not this time. There's a line.
yeah, we've struck a balance, and I don't want to.
There's a line.
I don't want to make that teeter.
Yeah, this is gonna rock the boat, buddy. Before this is over, this is rocking the boat. Anyway, so all right, cold draw time. Jeff, what are you getting on your Cameroon?
It's that fruity that you've had it. You know what I'm talking about. It's just a good solid stick.
A little bit of earthiness, maybe some dark cocoa over here on the Corojo Reserva. I'm looking for.
Wait.
Oh, come on. Really
Cold retrohale. Come on, it's a thing.
All right.
I've had enough cigar experts come on here and tell you it's real. You should start believing me.
I don't get anything new.
When Michael Herklotz comes on the show and says it's real, how do you argue that?
Lighten up my cigar.
For the
now.
love of God, Trent acknowledged it when he was on with us the other day.
True. I'm lighting up my cigar now.
Yeah, it's the flavor on this is so good.
I love how you can have your lighter but not a cutter.
I usually just bite the end off. I'm not proud.
But with that one, what you wanted to, do it right.
Yeah, I don't want to bite the end off of an Aladino. There's just something wrong about that.
Oh God.
Oh man, it's just a good cigar. I like the flavor. The construction on it's just impeccable.
I know. And see, with this, you get that nice Corojo pepper and everything to it, plus that kind of earthy, natural tobacco taste, and it's wonderful.
Ooh, I just did the retrohale.
I saw that.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, and in terms of the makeup of these cigars, so, obviously Jeff is smoking the Cameroon. That would be a Corojo filler, Corojo binder, and Cameroon wrapper, whereas the Corojo Reserva is just that. It's Corojo all the way through. And
through.
And it's some of the best. I mean, let's be real. When you think Corojo tobacco, you think of Julio Aroa and the Aroa family.
It's true.
So if you're looking for a Corojo cigar, you gotta go with an Aroa product. You gotta go with an Aladino.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So what else you had going on this week?
Honestly, it's been pretty subdued. I'm trying to think. Is there something you're hinting at that I can't remember?
No, just fishing.
Okay.
Just seeing like what you've been up to. We hung out for like 6 hours on Saturday. You, Kristen, and I.
It's true.
All just hung out up at Top Shooters and had a good time.
Had some cigars. It was a fun time.
We did. She smoked 2 and
Jeff's dragging chairs across the floor. I'm like,
well, I was getting ready for Larry, but that's right. He's not going to be here.
No, he's not.
Oh, I'm kind of sad. I miss him.
Yeah, he'll come back periodically.
We need to get him back on soon.
Really? He hasn't been gone that long.
It seems like an eternity.
It's been a month.
It seems like an eternity.
You hated that bit, and now all of a sudden you're
I hated the bit. I like Larry.
Okay.
He's good people.
I mean, you can pick up the phone and call him anytime you want. You got his number.
Okay. I guess that's technically true.
It's accurate.
Accurate is
It's
one
accurate.
way to put it.
It's accurate.
Oh, man.
No, I will admit I've given the ice tent a pretty good, thorough exercise over this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
With all the rain, and we've had some snow and, that kind of thing. I was out in it the other night, and it was like 15 degrees, but I was actually so warm I had to shed the hoodie for a little while and everything.
We'd be remiss if we're going to have our little tent segment here, which apparently is a thing now.
I don't really have a whole lot going on in my life right now.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention what happened to Broccoli's tent.
Oh, Broccoli. So, yeah.
Our man Broccoli Rob over at FinalThirdCigar.com.
Broccoli Rob has his tent that he has dubbed the Sigloo. And, Indiana got quite a bit of wet snow, and he got about 6 inches of wet snow, and it caved the roof in.
Wow.
And so he sent me a picture, and it was quite the interesting sight. He said he had to get all the snow off of it and then pop the roof back into place. Thankfully, I don't believe anything really got into the tent.
No lasting damage.
No, I mean, he just had to get the weight off the roof and then pop the walls and the roof back into place.
It's heavy.
Well, and that's what he said. He said it was extremely, extremely heavy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that tent alone, I mean, mine, I have the 2-person tent. He's got the 3 one.
Yeah.
So his is a little bigger anyway. But mine, I think, is like 50 pounds dry.
Yeah.
So you get it wet, and then on top of that, you have the weight of the snow to it. I mean, that's quite a bit of heft to have to clear off. So, yeah, for all of you guys that have been following our lead and have purchased an ice tent, do be aware that excessive weight on the roof could cause a cave-in.
What if we were able to work out some kind of deal with maybe, say, surplus equipment from, let's say an airport, and you could bring in a de-icing rig and just have it on standby, ready to de-ice your tin on a
Well, I'm not going to lie. We've those of us in the ice tent community have been figuring out different tools that we can trick out our tents with. I don't think anybody's considered a airport de-icer, but I mean, it's something.
Hey, when you want to get out and it's time for takeoff, you're going to light up your cigar, you need to get rid of that snow and ice.
It's been cold as hell getting out of these tent the last couple nights.
Oh, I bet.
mean, you're in that tent and you're all nice and warm, and then you step outside and it's just like, I mean,
why don't you position the tent
very
in such a
chilly.
way that all you have to do is open the sliding door to the patio and you just walk right out of the tent?
Because I don't have a sliding door. I have like an actual door, so it like swings out.
Well, what if you cut like a pet door in it, but just big enough for you?
That's a door. That's just straight. That's not a pet door anymore, Jeff. That's just a straight up door. You're looking right at me.
I want to see you get down and crawl through that hole.
Well, I had to do that when I fell on the ice that time getting into the tent. I had to crawl into the tent.
I swear to God, I wish I'd been there and seen that.
That was so...
You could have died.
Yeah, I know. We've covered that.
You could have died.
I'm aware. It was probably not smart, but anyway.
Hey, it is what it is. You never think you're going to fall.
Well, no.
I mean...
Because if you know you're going to fall, you're going to not fall.
Yeah.
Or find a
you're
way
ready
to avoid
for it. Yeah. But
So-
yeah, you had no idea, and you just went down like a stone.
I did. Like a stone. It sucked. Really, really bad. Anyway.
I'm just glad you lived.
Well, I'm glad I lived too. And I guess I appreciate the consideration there.
There you go.
So
what are you getting on your stick?
I'm getting some earthiness, some kind of a dark chocolatey kind of thing to it, and then that Corojo spice.
Yeah.
You can't beat that Corojo spice.
getting
I
that
haven't done a
sweetness.
retrohale yet. I'm going to do that while you give your description.
Well, and I know, I think on this one before I've talked about persimmons. It's got that like cinnamony, it's that flavor of that tobacco reminds me of persimmons.
Whoa.
And the sweetness thereof.
Yeah. Definitely.
Did you just do a retrohale?
I did. And there's some spice on the retrohale. There's the pepper, black pepper, to the retrohale.
Yeah, this one's smooth on the retro. That's my second one. I'm enjoying that.
Well, aren't you special?
I try to be.
Oop. I'm sitting here and I'm like, God, am I going deaf as I do this? And it's like, no. And what it was is there was a cord attached to my phone from the board, and it was very slowly potting my mic down. And I'm like, why am I so low?
Why can I hear myself?
I'm like, I can't hear myself versus him. And I look down and I'm like a third of the way down the little slider.
Why.
And I'm like, well, time to pop back up. So if
That'll
I
do it.
if I just started rocketing back through your speakers, it's because I fixed the problem. Anyway. Well, Jeff, why don't we get into a little bit of cigar news real quick?
I think that is time.
Gives
is time.
Gives us something to touch base on. So,
fudge. God,
normally
that was loud.
Well, normally I drop that in after the fact, but this time I decided to do it off the soundboard, and I just scared the bejesus out of Jeff.
Wow.
So, anyway, so
loud.
legislators in Hawaii, they're at it again, guys. They have introduced a bill, a couple of bills actually, that will ban flavored tobacco and will also require in-person sales of tobacco. Senate Bill 63 and House Bill 1328 were recently introduced and have gained over 15 co-sponsors each. In addition to the flavored tobacco ban and in-person sales requirement, the bills will also seek to increase the license fee for wholesalers and dealers of tobacco products and the retail tobacco permit fee. It looks like the license fee, I'm getting this from Half Wheel, and I'm going to go out on a limb and hope that Half Wheel maybe accidentally put a decimal point here when they didn't mean to. And
is it that high?
Well, no, here's the thing. They're saying that the license for a wholesaler or dealer permit will jump from $2.50 to $2,500. I'm going to assume they actually meant $250
to $2,500.
I can't imagine it's going up literally, 1,000%.
I'm not good with math.
But you never know.
Man.
But then the retail tobacco permit's going to jump from $20 to $100 per year. And then you're going to get some fines for violating, blah, 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 all that kind of fun stuff. But realistically...
so is that going to take in like pipe tobacco and everything?
Flavored tobacco.
Man.
Flavored tobacco bans. And then all tobacco transactions conducted by retailers in the state will be done via in-person retail sales. So I guess no mail order.
Okay, so
order sales or anything.
Does that mean the big catalog guys can't ship cigars there anymore?
Well, it's retailers in the state, so I'm wondering if maybe that's the workaround.
So they've just made this horribly uneven platform now.
That's the way I view it.
God, level the playing field.
Yeah, well, Hawaii hates tobacco and it hates cigars. I mean, let's be real. They're the state that there's at least one legislator who wants to make the smoking age 100. So I mean,
idiot,
and it's really unfortunate.
I don't even know who it
around,
is, but they're an idiot for that.
And then moving on, we have
didn't scare me as much that time.
We have California.
Oh, another state not heard from in a while.
California is considering larger Prop 65 warning labels. Now, you're going to sit there and you go, "What's a Prop 65 warning label?" Do you know the little warning label on products when you look at it and it says it's warning you of different chemicals that are, quote, known to the state of California?
Yeah.
And, typically it names off some goofy thing and saying the state of California knows that this causes cancer. Now, granted, maybe nobody else in the, world is acknowledging that, but hey, the state of California is keeping you safe.
Yep.
Anyway, they want
to, on the surface of that, I don't have a problem with.
They want to expand the size of those warning labels.
Because that's going to make all the difference.
Oh, yes, all the difference. And so this is not just on tobacco products. This is going to be on any product. So any product that contains, if your shampoo contains red dye number 4, and maybe red dye number 4 gave a lab rat cancer one time, by God, it's got to be listed. But anyway, so the tobacco products will be impacted by this, and they're going to have to increase the size of their Prop 65 warning labels if this goes through. Basically, the agency in charge of that is looking at having some hearings, and they're seeking public comment on this and everything. So, it's not a done deal yet, but they are.
Oh, the Karens
they are looking at
are
it.
just going to flood that.
Oh, well, of course, because, why wouldn't they? So, anyway, and
getting used to it now.
The Tobacconists Association of America, the TAA, which is made up of about 80 cigar retailers in the United States, they are donating $50,000 to the Premium Cigar Association to help the PCA with their state lobbying efforts.
Well, that's cool.
I think it's really nice because the PCA, they normally make all their money off of, or a lot of their money off of the big trade show that they do in Vegas in July. Well, obviously last year they weren't able to do a trade show, and so
this year's probably in question.
I don't want to say that because, you and I are planning on going to TPE, which takes place in May and everything. But realistically, I would say the trade shows in general for right now are kind of up in the air. And I think it's a solid coin toss. But
do you think those ever come back? Like they were? Do you think they do? Because I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if this has completely reset our way of life on stuff like that. I'm not sure.
I would think so for no other reason than it gives an industry, be it cigars or mufflers or whatever you're selling at these trade shows, it gives the industry an opportunity to come together and network and socialize in one solid location.
Yeah.
And I think that's valuable. So I do think that, yes, I do think you're going to see some continuation of the trade show. And let's be real, I don't think the virtual trade shows, God bless them, they're trying their best, but it's not the same experience. Isn't. I mean, I can tell you just from my one experience at TPE that sitting around the hotel bar at the Sahara was so valuable in terms of networking and everything like that. Exactly. Yeah. The trade show itself, everybody's so busy. You can go up to booths and you can talk to people. I mean, that's where I met Justo Aroa.
But that's not where the real work's getting done.
No, I mean, that's where I met Justo for the first time in person, was at the TPE on the trade show floor. And I had about 2 minutes to talk to him before his next retailer came by to talk to him. And let's be real,
they're there to sell cigars.
Exactly. Yeah. And I wasn't going to get in the way of that. So, but there were other manufacturers that I met at the bar that I was able to sit and talk to for hours because we're just sitting there drinking, smoking, having a good time and networking. And I think that's valuable. And I think that's what needs to be acknowledged when considering whether or not to do the trade shows virtually or in person going forward. I think the in-person networking is very, very valuable and needs to be continued.
Yep.
So
agreed.
Anyway. So Jeff, you're just burning through that.
I am plowing through this.
I know. I mean, golly.
I'm enjoying it.
I mean, I'm taking my sweet time over here.
You were talking more.
I was, but still.
I don't either. I'll tell you one thing I've had pop up this week.
What's that?
Just talking about, COVID and different, this, that, and the other about that.
Do we have to talk about COVID?
No, not about COVID.
Okay.
But part of Southern Illinois has opened back up for sports. Uh-huh. I think most of the country, your high school sports are back up and running. Illinois isn't. Illinois is one of 2 or 3 states that aren't doing it so far.
Not completely.
Not completely. But we're going to open back up. But, and we've talked about this a lot. Nick and I own newspapers. We're journalists by trade. And one of the big things that we do is cover high school sports, our local sports teams and whatnot. And I'm getting pushback now from some of the schools on even allowing us to have a photographer come in and take pictures at the games.
Yeah.
And it's insane. And the parents are going to be livid at us because we don't have pictures of the games. They're not even going to allow us in the gymnasiums.
Yeah, well, some of these parents need to share their pictures because, that's the other thing.
Well, but that's just it. They're only going to let, I think, 50 at most attend a game. And it's 2 tickets to each one of the players' families. And then, I don't know how that breaks down, but that's probably going to eat up most of those tickets.
I would assume
no concessions. And you have to stay, I want to say it's 30 feet from the court. Well, some of these gyms are so small, they can't legally, under those guidelines given down by the state, even have people there.
Well, then I guess
especially the junior highs. They're, you've been in some of these smaller gyms. There might be 2 feet of clearance at the end of the gym past the court where we set up and have to shoot pictures from.
Uh-huh.
So,
and then I'm always constantly worried about kids ramming into me as I'm down there with my, expensive camera and everything.
I told you this. Okay. So many years ago when I was much younger, I was running a paper here in Monroe County, Illinois, where we're at, Top Shooters right now, recording in the
JRE
Aladino Mobile Studios.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's fun to say.
You just got to remember to say it now.
Oh, yeah. So, so I was covering a football game in Columbia, Illinois. And, you stick in, you get the shot, especially when they're running at you. You want to, that's the perfect time for the picture.
Yeah.
And I stuck in, took my picture, and the kid running with the ball gets tackled. And they roll underneath me, these two kids. I jumped straight up in the air, and they cleared me and rolled underneath me. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here.
Probably not.
So, I've had cheerleaders bump into me when they're performing or whatever, because you're down on the floor and you're taking pictures. And I always say, hey, don't step on me, don't run into me, that kind of thing. I always try to warn them. But they get into their routine and they forget. Well, so flash forward 15 years later. I'm at a DuQuoin football game. And I'm standing there and I'm taking my pictures. And similar thing happens, like happened up in Columbia. Mm-hmm. The tackle happens. They're coming right at me. I couldn't get enough air this time and get over them.
Well, let's be real. 15 years later and a whole lot of fried food, you're not getting the clearance.
No. And I took a helmet to the shin. And I'm
surprised you got high enough to where the helmet hit the shin. And
they were low.
Your gut.
They were low.
Okay.
But I tried to jump and did not clear them. And, that hurt so bad for a long time.
Yeah.
Those helmets are really hard.
I'm aware.
Yeah, especially when it hits you right in the shin and there's nothing there to cover that. It's just straight to the bone.
Let's just get back to the fact that it was how long between 15 years?
Yeah, probably 15 years.
How much mass?
Oh, you second. I don't know my BMI because I haven't gone to the doctor.
We covered that.
Shout out back to the last episode. So that being said, I can't get the airtime I used to. So,
okay.
It is what it is. But it can get dangerous down on the sidelines.
Oh, dude.
You've got to pay attention.
Well, there was a member in the town I live in, there's a Methodist university, private Methodist university. And at one of their football games, they had the chain gang. The guys that would
It's usually a couple of older guys that just love sports.
Yep. And they would just move the chains down the football field. Well, there was a guy that was nailed in a tackle.
Ooh.
And he died.
Oh, my God.
They hit him hard enough, and he was, I guess, old enough and whatever else that, that old boy died. And super unfortunate. But, yeah, you got to watch that.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel down there.
Yep.
Most people don't realize that. They think, oh, those guys are lucky. They get to go stand on the sidelines. No, it's a constant.
It can be dangerous.
You've got to stay on your toes.
Yep.
For sure.
So, well, how about we get into some Ask the Boys?
Let's do it.
All right.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my wiener.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Now, there's a little controversy about the opening.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to go ahead and bust him out too. So, our man Bjorn.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I might be on Bjorn's side here.
Bjorn doesn't care for the new opening of the Ask the Boys segment.
He likes the music.
He likes the music.
I miss it.
The music?
Yes.
I
guess. It was happy. It was like we'd get into it. And
I know, but I just kind of was like, just goofy carnival music.
We need to poll the listeners.
All right. Well, guys, let us know.
Hey, there's a reason the Cigar Authority brought back the cowbell. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I don't think
listeners get used to things.
But I don't know if the cowbell is on the same level as generic carnival music. But hey,
you never know.
Maybe I'm wrong. So,
hey, has Bjorn ever steered us wrong before?
I can't say he has.
No, he's not.
I don't believe so.
No, he has not.
Well, guys, when you call into the Ask the Boys hotline to give us your questions, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, make sure you call area code 863-874-0000. And, when you're asking your question, also include your opinion. Do you like the old carnival music or do you like the new intro? I like the new intro. But
let's get to the questions.
So, all right.
You like it. You made it.
I did make it. I thought it was funny.
You just like hearing a guy scream, ask me about my wiener.
No, but I did think that was horribly appropriate for us. So, anyway, first question.
JRE Aladino here. I was wondering, what is the most uncomfortable smoking experience you've ever had? Was it, the company you steered that made it very uncomfortable? Did you happen to light up after you shit up Denny's there? Yeah, what is the most uncomfortable smoking experience they had, as it turns out? Thank you. Hey.
Thanks, Jerry. So
It was Jerry?
It was Jerry.
Okay.
Most uncomfortable smoking experience
I'll let you
you've
go
ever
first
had.
because I know what mine is.
Do you? Because I'm actually thinking. So why don't you go ahead and say it?
It was that time I took the White House tour, and my cousin Monica took me in to see the Oval Office.
What are you talking about?
Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
Anyway.
That got uncomfortable. Because we're family.
This is all lies. All lies. All lies.
You got to admit, that would be an uncomfortable smoking experience.
It would be a really uncomfortable smoking experience. But still, I don't know.
They offered me that gherkin. No. No, thank you.
I don't know,
It looked humidified.
Most uncomfortable smoking
I can't believe you let that go.
There's a lot. I'm choosing to let that go because this has gone extraordinarily blue. I mine probably all have to do with weather. I can't imagine I don't think I've had really any uncomfortable smoking experiences with individuals.
I can think of one you've had.
With an individual?
I don't know how much you want to get into it, but we have a fellow brother of the leaf that likes to discuss serial killing. And I think that's gotten uncomfortable a few times for you.
No, I'm on his good side, so I'm okay with it. He's fine,
You think?
Yeah.
You want to go on record saying that?
Well, I'm not going to go on record and say that he's never going to kill somebody, but I'm going to say that I've worked hard to make sure that I'm not the initial target.
You want to be the one that walks over, takes the smoking gun out of his hand,
I want to be the one that goes on the news and says, we all thought he might do it, but we never actually imagined he would. I want to be that guy. I don't want to be the one that actually is the victim.
Well, no.
No. So, and there's a couple of people that I can think of that know exactly what smoking experience you're talking about, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think in terms of individuals, I don't know if I've had a really bad smoking experience by and large. I think it's all down to weather for me. And I'll be honest, since I've purchased the ice tent, another plug for the ice tent.
Yeah.
I've even managed to avoid that, this year.
See, I'm of the opinion that a smoking experience is good no matter what, because it's like fishing. Even if you don't catch fish, it was still better than going to work.
True.
And that's how I view smoking. A good fine cigar.
I've been in poor moods when I've had a cigar.
But does a cigar improve your mood? Does it calm you down?
It does.
It does me.
But what I will say, though, is when you go into a cigar with a poor mood, that cigar isn't as good as when you have it in a good mood.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't bring you around.
It will help improve your mood, but it does so almost at its own sacrifice, if that makes sense.
It's
like you go
okay.
in.
I'll give you that.
Like the mood you go into a cigar with, I think, is very important. I think if you're in a good state of mind when you sit down for that cigar, you're more open to all that it has to offer you. Whereas if you're distracted and stressed, or if you're pissed off or something like that, you're going to go into it and you're not going to be as open to the flavor notes. You're not going to be open to the experience of it. You're just going to be puffing away just to do something.
Yeah.
And then at that
trying
point,
to get your mind off.
Yeah, you're trying to get your mind. And then at that point, you've just burned, through a stick, and it's more a distraction than it is a pleasure.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And so that's what I'm saying is that, there have been cigars that I have smoked where I've had the exact same cigar in totally different states of mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say for a fact it is much better when I'm in a good mood than when I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
But it does help me pull myself somewhat out of that bad mood. It doesn't erase the problems. I mean, I still have to handle whatever issues are stressing me out or whatever at the time. But it at least gives me that momentary stop and take a break kind of mentality.
It's not the Homer Simpson mentality of, alcohol. The
the
cause of and solution
and
to all of life's problems.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Homer Simpson.
Yeah, it's a classic quote. But no, it's one of those things where it maybe forces me to relax and reflect for a moment to where I can clear my head a little bit and then jump back and attack the problem with a clear mind.
Yeah. Well, you've heard me say this before, and we have issues that pop up. I'm going to say this. I'm going to kind of throw you under the bus here a little bit.
What?
But not, yeah, imagine that. You had a situation this week where your printer printed your pages out of order.
He did.
And it's one of those things where there's always going to be those kind of things that pop up and kind of bite us in the butt.
That one kind of bit me because I had to take an extra drive up to Hillsboro, which is like an hour one way from my house. So that was a solid, 2+ hours on the road.
And they were kind enough to reprint you, but it was still, it's just, it was a thing. And we deal with those kind of things all the time. Like I had one a couple of weeks ago where an insert went into the paper a week early.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm doing everything I can to kiss the butt of the retailer and, giving them free ad space and this and that and eating the insert. So not only did I pay to insert the insert on the wrong day, then I didn't get paid for it.
Exactly.
So those kind of things pop up. And, we're in a very, very stressful business.
Well, yeah, it's stressful because there's not a lot of money rolling in.
Yeah.
And yet you've got all these staff members, I have less than you do, that are relying on us for their paychecks. And then also, by the way, at the end of the day, if there's a little bit of something left, it'd be nice for me to get paid.
That's when we may or may not get a check.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where ultimately, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made, and it's stressful. And so to your point, that Friday when I drove up to the printer to get my reprinted papers, I was having a cigar the whole way up and also the way back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did. No, I grabbed food, and so I was eating on my way back.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Which we do too. We stress eat, so.
Yes,
yeah.
As is very obvious looking at the two of us.
We need to do another weight loss challenge, and I'm going to take it more seriously this time.
I was just about to say, it's really, really on you to take it seriously this time.
It is. You dropped some weight.
I did drop
this last
some
go
weight.
around. Almost double what I did.
I haven't gained it all back, believe it or not. I have not gained all of it back.
I think it's time to do another one.
Very near.
We'll start that in the spring.
Well, we did it, April... Was it the whole month of April?
Maybe we do like February or March and April. We do like 2 months.
I don't remember how we did it last time, but yeah, we could discuss that.
Yeah, put together another kind of giveaway for Cigars for Warriors or something.
Something.
We'll come up with something.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. Because that's a worthy organization for sure.
It is. It is. And I'm sure they probably saw decreased donations over this past year with
COVID and everything.
They can't do events and all that. And I know they do a lot of events where they get, donation drives. And so, they've probably seen a decrease as well. So, anyway.
There you go. Next question.
Hello, boys. It's Thick Smoke Ryan. First, I would like to answer your question of what cigar that I enjoyed smoking and haven't been able to find in a while. That would be the Rocky Patel 1961. I've only had that cigar twice, and then it just disappeared out of existence. Don't know what happened to it. Anyway, I'm going to show my nerdy side with this question.
More Star Trek.
And it comes from after watching The Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Marvel.
What would you do if you were in control of the Infinity Gauntlet? Oh, I look forward to your answers to this one. Okay, guys, have a great day. See you next time.
Well, okay. It's got to be something big because you're going to pretty much nuke yourself with the snap.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm not like the Hulk. I'm not already made of gamma rays.
So I don't know if I'm going to go full on snap. I don't know if I'm going to go full on activate all the gems at once. I may have to use individual ones. So like the time gem, you can roll back time and change something. Maybe.
What would you change?
Oh, God.
What wouldn't you change?
There's big questions, little questions there, but I'd find a way to make sure my bank account had more money in it. That's for sure.
Same here.
I'm not necessarily saying anything in an illegal capacity, but
go back and buy some GameStop.
Yeah, I know. Go back to last Monday and buy GameStop stock for $20 a share and sit back and wait for Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's some people made bank on that GameStop.
There are.
Yeah.
There's there's people that definitely made bank on that, and I'm not savvy enough to know whether or not that was a good thing or a good play on all that or not. But I'm just gonna.
I'm one of those
comment,
where I don't. Okay, I'm going to admit this to the listeners. I don't completely understand what all went down, and I've tried to read up on this.
Yeah.
And I'm still a little lost on exactly what went down. I know a hedge fund took it in the shorts. It didn't really bug me that much.
I was going to say, that doesn't really bother me all that much because
those guys
in
are
my
just
experience,
animals.
Hedge funds typically, kind of just come in and hurt everything.
I know what they've done to the news industry, so I don't have any use for them. But
what would I do with the Infinity Stones? I mean, it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking the time gem would probably be the most valuable one to have.
Think so?
Yeah. Roll back the time and everything. Because, I
hear a Cher song playing in my head now.
I'm not playing that. We can't play that. There's copyright notices on that.
If I could.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't know. What would you do?
I honestly...
Because the snap thing...
I don't know.
The snap thing kills you. I mean, it killed Tony Stark.
It did. It took out Iron Man for the love of God.
And it made, Hulk have that, look, take my strong hand kind of thing going on. I mean, kind of...
Stir the mashed potatoes with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shriveled up his arm, I mean, so, if you're the Hulk and you can, get permanently damaged by it, I don't know what the hell you're going to do as a normal human being. So, that's an issue.
You're going to die.
Yeah. So realistically, I think it has to come down to using the individual gems, and I think the time gem is the way to go.
Well, okay then.
So yeah, sorry Ryan, if that was not quite as nerdy of an answer as you would have liked.
Yeah, that one's going to take some thought on my part. I might have to circle back on that.
I'll tell you, you go back, you know how you play it. You play it all Gray Sports Almanac style. You're
doing Back to the Future.
You're living here in 2021.
Yeah.
I know who won last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I go back to the start of the season, and I place a giant bet on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I watch them roll through that season and win that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And maybe you go back to 2008, and you do the same with the Giants. Because let's be real.
Well,
I
remember guys that made bank on their bet on the Rams. What was that, 99? When did the Rams win the Super Bowl? Yeah. And guys had gone out to Vegas and placed a $100 bet and made bank.
Yeah, you do it all at the beginning of the season when nobody knows. So, I mean, realistically, that's what you do. You play it all Gray Sports Almanac style. You go back in time, you place those bets, you move forward.
Thanks, Biff.
Bing, bang, boom. Bank account is significantly bigger.
Okay, then.
There you go. All right. Well,
I can get behind that.
I mean, it's the only logical answer. It's the only one I have anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, moving on to our final question here for this week's Ask the Boys.
Hey, guys. This is Teddy, a.k.a. Teddy Gorilla, but now have went and switched on over to the Smoking Gorilla. So now I am on the Smoking Gorilla. That is going to be pretty much the cigar, barbecue, and shenanigan Instagram for me.
Okay.
But anyway, I got a question. My question is this. February 7th, of course, they're going to be having the football game that is broadcast around the world, and everybody's going to be watching it against the Kansas City versus Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay. So, with that being said, and I won't say the name, but I will ask you this.
I hear it's super.
What cigar or cigars do you plan on smoking for the big game? And also, just to note out, there is a premium cigar subscription that has made a very great deal on a particular cigar that I know that I will be smoking. So I wonder, do you guys know anything about My Monthly Cigars? Anyway, y'all stay blessed and stay smoky.
Thanks, Teddy.
Well, I do know that Nick over at My Monthly Cigars offers a premium cigar subscription service.
He does.
And you can get those cigars sent to your door every month.
Yeah, and we get the Robusto box.
Yep. That's only.
There's also the El Presidente.
It's only $30.
It is.
And but while we're on the subject of My Monthly Cigars, we'll go ahead and drop this in now. Nick has actually unveiled a new aspect to his
It's a contest.
setup over here. No. It's not a contest.
It's not?
You haven't paid any attention,
It
son.
said it was a contest.
It's not a contest. He has a new rewards program called Ash Cash.
Okay, Ash
And
Cash.
basically, it's a loyalty program. So,
okay, not a contest loyalty program. My bad.
His slogan for it is the more you burn, the more you earn. And so it's one of those things where if you sign up for the boxes, or if you buy things through his online store, you get reward points, and then you bank them up and everything. So the long and short of it is, if you have accounts, you're going to get some points right off the bat. But the long and if you don't have an account with him and you sign up, you get 500 points just right off the bat for signing up. So
there you go. That's a good deal.
And then the way it looks is it's 5 points for every $1 you spend. And once you accumulate up some points, you can apply them towards other purchases. So I mean, theoretically, if you're one of his monthly box subscribers, you're getting points every month just for getting the product that you already have been getting. So,
and the boxes are covered by the MSRP guarantee.
Yeah. And you want to make sure you use offer code PULPIT.
PULPIT.
Get you free shipping on the first box and 20% off any of the items in the online store over
There
at
you go.
mymonthlycigars.com.
There you go.
As for what cigars I will be smoking on the big game evening, again, I hear it's super. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what my Super Bowl.
We're journalists. We can say Super Bowl.
That's true. We're not advertising it necessarily. Okay.
We can actually say it.
That's true.
In a journalistic,
I don't know what I'm going to be doing that evening. I don't know where I'm going to be. I know that
Kristen and I always have a Super Bowl party, and you're welcome to come to it.
I know that. Well, okay. I know some of the lounges.
Wow, he just uninvited himself. Did you guys hear that?
Are having parties. And obviously, I guess you are as well.
I am.
I don't know.
He doesn't like it because I watched the game naked, and that's why Nick won't come over.
Dear God. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't really plan that much for that. Like, no, I'll be honest too. In past years, I was significantly more invested into the NFL, and the last couple of years, I've kind of fallen out of that.
The politics have driven me off a bit.
The politics, and then also just being busy with other stuff. It's just kind of like one of those.
Well,
things,
and COVID has not helped any professional sports because they have fallen off the radar with people like crazy.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't know exactly what my plans are for that. I guess it all depends on where I'm going to be, because if I'm home and in the ice tent, I mean, sky's the limit, man. I got all my cigars at home.
What are you sitting on right now?
There's a lot.
Are you 300 plus?
Oh yeah.
Are you? Yeah. I'm about 120.
Oh, I'm 300 plus.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't done a count. It probably
I thought you organized everything a couple of weeks back.
Well, I had every intention of doing so.
Oh.
And I had it all spread out on the counter.
Best of intentions, worst of outcomes.
And it was when my wife was out of town. Well, time got away from me, and then it was time to put everything away.
Yeah.
So everything just got put away and didn't get it all organized. So realistically, no, I haven't organized yet. But
I'm in the same boat right now with my bug out bags. I need to reorganize them.
I don't know. I mean, last year you and I had the Nova football cigars.
We did.
And they were good.
We even played football with it here at Top Shooters.
Yeah.
They played catch.
They were good.
Got a nice spiral out of that thing.
I'll admit my burn line on that was kind of funky, but I almost wonder if it was just the way I lit it, because it's
and I think with
it's
that
such
cigar,
an odd size.
Yeah, it's a novelty. I know people don't like hearing that, but it's made to look like a football.
I also think it was the first like mega perfecto I've ever had too. Yeah. So like I think I lit it.
Well, could be.
So maybe it would burn better now.
Yeah, but I just think that's a cigar that's actually more for the look than it is for the smoke.
I might be sitting on a couple of those still, to be honest, too.
I thought you had one.
I think so, but I don't know. I don't really have an answer for you, Teddy.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm probably just going to go in and pick out whatever. Kind of
shanking the answers for this week.
Yeah, we really are. We're off our game.
Yeah. I don't know.
Seriously.
Just nothing in particular is like really striking and saying like, yes, I have to have that.
Yeah. I will tell you, one that I have in my humidor that I probably will smoke is the, I've got the Leaf by Oscar, the Connecticut. I'll probably bust that out and have one of those at least some point over the weekend.
Here's what I will say. I don't want Tampa Bay to win.
No,
because
of Brady.
I don't like Tom Brady.
Nobody likes Tom Brady.
I don't like Tom Brady.
I'm not sure Tom Brady likes Tom Brady.
People like Tom Brady.
Who likes Tom Brady?
Nick Gervais. Anybody from New England.
Nick.
All the New Englanders.
He's not in New England anymore. And I love Tampa.
No, but he's from there.
Don't get me wrong. I love Tampa.
And that's what I was going to say, is if Tampa Bay does actually manage to pull out a win, and I don't know if Tom Brady and the Buccaneers can take on Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I think Mahomes is a force to be reckoned with.
I agree. I think this is a torch passing game is what this is.
Yeah.
This is Mahomes taking control of the NFL away from Tom Brady.
Boy, I hope that's how it plays out.
I hope so,
I don't
too.
know why. And we're closer to Kansas City, let's be honest.
Exactly. So with that being said, if Tampa Bay wins, I think the obvious answer to that question is that I will have to light up something that came from Ybor City.
Ooh, good call.
Be it either something from one of the little boutiques there in town,
or Newman,
or JC Newman, or Fuente, but realistically, it's got to be something from Tampa. If Kansas City wins, I say if Kansas City wins,
okay,
we figure out something that our friend Crystal brokers.
Okay.
Because she has her ties to Kansas City as a former as a former Kansas City Chiefs cheerleader.
Okay. So Crystal, you need to reach out and tell us what we need to smoke if they win.
So Crystal, if you're hearing this,
you've got your homework.
You have your homework. You have what? Not even a week.
No. Got to get back to us quick.
You got to get it back to us really, really quick. You got to let us know what we're supposed to be smoking if the Chiefs win. And then if the Buccaneers win, then we'll light up something good from Tampa.
I know I've still got at least one barber pole, and then I've also got some cigars from JC Newman from the tour we took.
Yep.
So I could light up an American. That might be what I do.
Maybe
I'll fire up an American.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, that's been this week's Ask the Boys. Make sure you get your calls in to us at area code 863-874-0000.
See there, so you played the music.
I keep it at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't play it in the beginning.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of best of both worlds.
Ish. I like the music. But that's me.
I mean,
that's me.
Whatever. All right.
You're the one doing the editing. So.
I mean, hey, whatever. I appreciate Bjorn's input. I mean,
absolutely.
He's put some...
Bjorn's a super listener.
He is, and I appreciate his input.
Yeah.
So
we have a group of super fans.
We do.
That have given us a lot of good feedback over the last year and a half, and I appreciate them.
I do too.
Do you?
I do.
That's not what you say off the air.
Shut up. Anyway, well, how about you and I move on and we give away some cigars?
Let's do it.
It's time for the weekly giveaway. And guys, you can get your name on the list to receive cigars in the weekly giveaway by signing up for our newsletter over at cigarpulpit.com.
We have big plans for that newsletter, by the way.
We do. Soon. Very soon. Working on it.
Yep. So you want to sign up.
It's kind of one of those there are things where I have to get stuff in, or done as I can around more important things such as my business.
Earning a living, yeah.
Exactly. So, sometimes it takes a little while longer, but seriously.
But we're on it.
But there are plans. So anyway, you just go over there, you sign up for the newsletter, and at that point, you're on the list. And as long as you're on the list for the newsletter, you're on the list to win cigars in the weekly giveaway. And so, for the individual who's going to be fortunate enough to hear his name or her name,
we do have some Sisters of the Leaf.
We do.
Signed
All
up.
you have to do is just shoot me an email at nick@cigarpulpit.com and just let me know your mailing address, and I will get you taken care of and processed.
Post haste.
I mean, as post of haste as I can.
As posty hasty as we.
I mean, I'm kind of, I'm still kind of relying on a couple of different factors here. We get the cigars from Martinez Cigars, And then,
guys, you're going to love these packs from them, by the way.
And then from there, we have the postage situation that is still ongoing, getting better, but still ongoing.
Yep.
And so it's one of those things.
Oh, they said people are still getting Christmas packages, like in the last 3 or 4 days here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the thing is, I know that Martinez, they've been swamped. I mean, they've got a lot of business that have been rolling in. And so, and that's good
because they're so good.
And it's good for them. But realistically, sometimes I get pushed down the list.
Well, but here's the deal.
It's not a slight by them.
Those guys have grown exponentially.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last year, and I'm not going to take credit for that. Maybe a little credit for that. I think we've been helpful, but the real credit goes to the company and their rollers and the quality sticks they put out.
Totally. Well, guys, this week's winner,
hold on,
is Alan Britt.
Alan Britt,
you have until Monday of next week to shoot me an email telling me your mailing address, and we will get these cigars sent to you right away.
Good stuff.
Right away as we can handle. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, eventually.
So,
but do sign up for the newsletter because we do have some really big plans for that.
We do.
And as things open back up this year, we're going to be getting out and doing some more traveling. Again, shout out to Martinez here. But to support the cigar pulpit line from Martinez, we're going to be hitting as many of the stores that are carrying the cigars as we possibly can.
Yep.
So,
and I know Dan at Riverman, he has the cigars in stock, so you can reach out to Riverman Cigar Company and get your Bishops and Gators. And it will not be long before the first round of other brick and mortars get the pulpit cigars. I know the list has been developing, and once the list is 100% finalized, we'll be naming off all the stores here on the show. And let's be real, guys. In terms of planning the 2021 Nick and Gator Traveling Freak Show and Cigar Evangelical Revival, I can pretty much guarantee that those stores are going to be the top priorities of visits. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. If you want to make sure that your area is on the travel list, emphasize to your brick and mortar that maybe they ought to at least try those.
Yeah, because it's not a huge commitment.
Not a huge commitment at all.
Cigars.
Not a huge commitment at all.
I got to tell you, my cousin Galen.
Yeah.
Okay. My cousin Galen does a lot of work for me, a lot of photographs and things for my newspaper, and really pulls my bacon out of the fire a lot. Because if I'm not in town to cover something, by God, he's got it.
Yep.
And he has been so good to me. And let's be honest, I'm not paying him. He's doing it out of the kindness of his heart to help me out, and I can't appreciate it enough. So I do hook him up occasionally with cigars, and it pisses his wife Jen off to no end. She's so mad at me for this. But he tried his first Bishop.
Oh, yeah?
Galen loves a good, strong, meaty cigar.
Okay.
And he smoked his first Bishop. He's had it for a couple of weeks in the humidor. Busted it out. And he sent me a message the other day.
That's actually really good, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because
let that thing rest a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. After talking to Dave a little bit about the Bishop and the Gator, the Bishop takes the tobacco in there.
It does.
It takes a lot longer to dry out than yours does. And not like dry out to the point that it's like not smokable, but like, when they're working these tobacco leaves to make these cigars, the tobacco leaves are wet. And so it does take a little while longer for the Bishop to dry out than the Gator does. So it's one of those things where, guys, if you want a really awesome smoke, get a Bishop and sit on it for like 2 months.
Or get, a 10 of Bishops and sit on them for a couple of months.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to thank us.
It's going to be, it's still good right away,
so
but let me
Galen
tell you,
did that.
It's going to be really good after
Galen did that. And he told me, he goes, I need more of these.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a big fan of the Bishop.
Well, I know mine are selling quicker at Riverman than yours.
Sack of crap.
I'm just saying,
I'm telling you guys, you want to try the Gator. It's a shade-grown Connecticut that knows somebody. Let's just put that out there.
Anyway.
Yep.
So,
but no, he really appreciated the Bishop, and I knew he would. I knew that thing would be right in his wheelhouse, and yeah, I was dead on.
Yep. So I know we're plotting and planning travel. That's going to be coming together here soon, and we'll be visiting some stores. So make sure you guys pay attention to that, and also emphasize to your brick and mortars that you want them to carry the Bishop and the Gator, and
help us out.
Yeah.
Again, let them know that you want these cigars in the store.
It's like I was talking about earlier with Justo. no disrespect to those shows that do Patreon, you and I have not gone down that road.
No.
And, for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is a lot of shows will do extra episodes as the bonuses for Patreon, supporters.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are already putting out 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
Realistically, we don't have time. And let's be real, what are we going to give people that they're not getting on here anyway? I
True.
mean, you and I don't really have much in the way of a filter on here as it is.
When
so
we
it's
do
not
a
like,
Zoom herf, everyone's invited to that anyway. So
Exactly.
it's not like we're going to make that a special. We want everybody to be included.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where, like, I've struggled to come up with, like, okay, what can I provide a Patreon supporter that would be special that I'm not already providing, everybody.
Yeah.
And so we haven't gone down the Patreon road. Well, but it does cost money to do this. The equipment, I invested pretty heavily in equipment in the very beginning of this. And, then...
and I've even bought a cigar or two here and there.
I was going to say, and then there's the cigars, you sack, and then travel and everything else that's involved and everything. I mean, it costs money. Stickers. I mean, just ordering the stickers.
Yeah.
When I'm ordering stickers.
When somebody reach out asking for a sticker.
Yeah, I
I
know.
I wanted to make sure you saw that.
Yeah. So, I'm really behind on sending out stickers.
That's okay.
I'm really
we'll get
behind
there.
on that.
We'll catch back up.
I know, but says the guy who's not going to be writing out any of them. But whatever.
I can help with that.
Well, that would be nice.
Next time we record, bring some and we'll get back on track.
Stickers.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll do that.
All right. Well, anyway, so the point is, we've found other avenues to raise the revenue that we need in order to, for lack of a better way of explaining
Cover the costs.
And justify the time that it takes to put together 2 episodes a week and everything else. I mean, it's a time commitment.
I still want to go back to 1, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're stuck at this point. But anyway, so that's why we're so thankful to Dan at Riverman and the Smoke Pit and to our newest sponsor, JRE Tobacco and Aladino, for sponsoring the mobile studio.
Absolutely.
The naming rights of the mobile studio. I mean, guys, these places, you need to support them because they're helping to support us. It's just like any other advertiser. And then in turn, Martinez Cigars. The reason that we're pushing the Bishop and the Gator is because, I mean, it's no secret. We're getting a portion of the revenue.
We are.
And it's one of those things where that revenue is helping us to do the Nick and Gator Traveling Freak Show and Cigar Evangelical Revival. I mean, it's one of those things that we need that revenue to keep doing what we want to do.
Absolutely.
So when you guys are buying our cigars, you're not just getting good cigars, you're also helping us continue to do the show the way we want to do the show and expand it out and do better.
So yeah, guys, remember to buy the Bishops and Gators. Tell your local brick and mortars that, you want them to bring them in. It's going to, I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're going to make it to every store they get to, but we're going to do our level best to get to as many as we can.
Oh, we're going to make it. We're going to make it.
We're going to make it.
We're going to make it.
Fake it till you make it.
We're going to make it happen. Make it happen, Captain.
A lot of it depends on what happens with travel restrictions.
Very true.
Yeah. But regardless, we want to come see you.
Indeed.
Yep. And we want you to come see us.
Indeed. And in the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit, as well as at Naked Gator, N-E-K-K-I-D Gator.
And that is my page.
You can also follow us on Facebook, where we have a new Facebook group, the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners.
Yes.
And
that's taken off.
It has taken off. So, guys, just search for the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners Facebook group and join in the fun, join in the conversation. We're trying to get the congregation all talking amongst each other.
Yep.
Because we know all of you. But it's nice for all of you to get to know all of the rest of you.
Exactly.
And then
a fellowship, as it were.
Precise. That's it. We're fellowshipping.
That's right.
Yeah. And then
bring your virtual, casserole.
Casserole. And then we're also on Twitter, YouTube. You can reach out to us through cigarpulpit.com. And like I said, we need your questions. Call the Ask the Boys hotline, area code 863-874-0000.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, cool. Well, Nick.
Well, Jeff, final thoughts on
I have finished up my Cameroon.
You did finish up your Aladino Cameroon.
I'm never disappointed in that cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That Aladino Cameroon is just phenomenal. And when we were doing Smoker's Choice, I'm like, we're going to smoke one in honor of our new sponsor, JRE Tobacco with Aladino Cigars. And we can't thank them enough for coming on and helping us out.
No, we can't thank
As you
them
did a
enough.
retro hail through my little commercial.
Sorry, but, I did a retro hail. I'm about, what would you say, maybe a little over past halfway?
Yeah, you're getting down to the final
I've
third.
been nursing this one, man. I've been enjoying this one.
Yeah.
I got the Corojo Reserva. I've been enjoying it. I'm a little over halfway, and I just did that retro hail, and man, that black pepper spiciness
Does
to it.
Husto have a list
so
of
good.
retailers on his website?
They sure do.
Oh, that's
so you
awesome.
Can go to their website and find all the stores around you that carry the JRE Tobacco, Aladino, Rancho Luna, Tatiscan, all the cigars. You can find the stores that carry JRE.
There you go. And again, I'm going to give another shout out here to Riverman Cigar Company.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a brick and mortar that's close to you that carries them, they will ship them to you.
They definitely will.
So get a hold of Dan over at Riverman. He can hook you up.
Indeed.
Well,
guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit, coming to you from the Aladino Mobile Studio.
That's right. Thank you, JRE.
I'm Nick.
I'm Gator.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.
You don't want to come over for the super game and have a bowl of something?
I don't know. I'm going to see. I'll check my options.
You're better dealing me.
I haven't better dealed you yet.
Oh, but you're going to.
I'm looking for a better deal.